Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video. First things first, make sure you smash a like and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you are new around here, people, on the road to 7,000 subscribers. And in today's video, I'm going to be discussing exactly what is going wrong at Chelsea. Only 4 games into the season, but already our worst Premier League start since 1995. 1 win, 2 losses, and a draw. Safe to say things are not going well. I will caveat that by saying, of course, didn't expect it to sort of instantly change overnight. Of course, with a new manager, completely new squad, virtually entire new starting 11. These are all valid reasons why things might not be going so well. But yesterday was a return to the dark days against Nottingham Forest. You know, it was an absolutely dreadful performance, and you know, it was like we time traveled back to last season. You could have just plucked that game from last season, and there are some already worrying signs occurring from the opening 4 games that have been a problem for a number of years, and so far don't look like really showing any signs of improvement. The big problem for me of yesterday was it's the same old story, people, the same old story. You know, we've not been able to break down low blocks just in general, particularly after we go 1-0 down as well. And, you know, we have a chance in the transfer market to change that. I like I liked the market. I'm a fan of what we've bought in and what we've done, of course. But you know, we've got to be honest that we haven't signed anyone that, you know, can come in and going to make an instant impact, and it's going to be that creative spark that can help you break blocks down. The James Maddison would have been absolutely perfect for this. I'm not too sure why we didn't go for that. Yes, Christopher Nkunku could have been that guy. We're obviously not going to know now until January, and that has obviously harmed us. And of course it has. But you know, we have a chance to change it in the market, change it with the managerial appointments as well. But we still don't really seem to have learned or been able to change our ways in that one. You know, so far on the evidence, it looks like we've actually got worse at trying to break teams down. You know, Liverpool at home, we dominated that game from 25 minutes onwards, probably should have won. West Ham, you know, we dominated that game for large parts. You know, missed a penalty, probably should have won that game. But second half, went down to 10 men, couldn't break them down at all. Nottingham Forest, exactly the same. Go a goal down, even before going a goal down, we couldn't break them down. You know, if you cannot break low blocks down, and you can't, you know, adapt to going 1-0 down at home, then you really are struggling. You know, you're capped at finishing in a certain position, and that certainly isn't the Champions League positions. Now, Pochettino's new to the job; he's come in, but a big concern for me is that the whole pre-season plans essentially seem to hinge on Christopher Nkunku. Now that Nkunku's out and missing, it's almost like Pochettino hasn't really got any idea what to do now that he's out. You know, we're playing this system. Loads of people like to call it a back 5. It's not a back 5. We are playing a back 4. We're playing Levi Cole at left back and Ben Chilwell at left wing. I cannot understand for the life of me why we're doing that with all the attacking talent that we've got on the bench. You know, and all the money that we've spent. We're playing a left back at left wing, and we're playing a young, very promising centre back in Levi Colwell at left back. Like, I cannot get my head around it. I understand for the Liverpool game that Chilwell played left wing because they wanted to double up on that side and try and combat Trent. Fine. It works reasonably well. But leave it at that. For some reason, Pochettino's looked at it and he thought, oh, that's worked well. And he's carried it on for the next 3 games. And it simply isn't working. It simply is not working. Chilwell, yes, is good going forward, but he's not a winger. Like, surely Pochettino doesn't think that you know, that Chilwell is a better option on the left than, say, Mikhailo Mudryk, who's a better option on the left than playing Noni Madueke or even Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer's just coming, but there are better options there. You know, if you're going to play a left back at left wing, play Ian Martson there. No, you played Ian Martson there for all of pre-season, pretty much. He really impressed in pre-season. He's done well when he's come on in the minutes he's had. And if you're going to persist with that, you're better off playing Ian Martson there because he suits it much better than Ben Chilwell does. Ben Chilwell should be playing left back. Levi Colwell should be playing centre back. And then we should either be playing Ian Martson in that position, or we should be playing one of the attackers that we spent loads of money on and we're trying to develop, yet we're not giving them minutes and they're missing out to minutes over a left back. I just can't make it make sense. I really can't. And again, you know, Ben Chilwell coming out today saying that, you know, we're improving, which we are improving. I totally agree with that, but we need to finish our chances. That's the final bit that's missing. I think his exact quote. So we need to finish chances, be more ruthless, and stay composed to get back into games. That's the final bit, finishing our chances. But how many years have we been hearing, oh, we just need to finish our chances? It's year after year after year after year. We just need to finish our chances. And we don't look like getting any better at finishing our chances. I like Nicholas Jackson, but, he's raw. It's gonna take time. I back this manager, I back this project, and I back these players, but you can't help but feel in the market. I know the market for strikers wasn't great, but we missed the trick trying to get someone in. We absolutely missed the trick, I feel, in trying to get an experienced bagsman in to help us with the goals. Because all the money spent, I still cannot see where the goals are coming from. I just cannot see it. I cannot see it. We are lacking goals big time. I'm backing Poch, but he needs to realize and realized quickly that this reserved shit that are playing in a reserved fashion, essentially playing scared at home to the likes of Forest and Luton, we're stacking out centre backs the last couple of seasons. And look where it's got us. We're Chelsea. We need to be bold. We need to be brave. And we've got to take it to teams and change things when they aren't working. It was terrible against Forest. Too late to change them. There should have been changes at half time. We should have been bold enough to look at that first half performance and think, right, this needs changing. We've got to take it to teams. There's no excuse, right? Wherever they're playing, we are playing 4 centre backs on the pitch. And that's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, particularly at home to a team like Nottingham Forest. It really is. He's got to realise that, and he's got to change it. And I hope during the international break, he's going to realise, and he's an intelligent enough man to realise that, right, this is not working. I need to adapt it, go and play 4-2-3-1, play Cole Palmer in the 10, and go back to doing what we are doing in pre-season. Yes, I know Nkunku's missing, but you can bring Cole Palmer in and play him there. And let's just go back to what we were doing in the first place. We practiced all pre-season. That was the only system we used. And now we've come into the start of the season, and we're not doing anything that we did in pre-season. I can't make it make sense. I really can't. I'm baffled. I'm at a bit of a loss here, but I'm backing Poch. I do back Pochettino to turn it around, but yesterday against Forest, he got it totally wrong. And there are a few worrying signs that he's not changing things, he's perhaps not adapting to things as quickly as he should be. But we have to set up in a way that reflects his comments. He says he wants to win. He wants to win this season. I have been concerned with our attack and particularly the striking situation. And having watched the first 4 games, I like Nicholas Jackson. I think he's great. And he can potentially be a well beater, but he is so raw. He is so raw. And yet we don't have anyone to complement him. It's him and Broja, 2 raw strikers who don't look like they're going to get an awful lot of goals. And the other attackers are all raw as well. This is what happens when you take a massive gamble in the transfer market. Yes, I'm pleased with the signings we've made, but you're taking a massive gamble in the transfer market. All these players need minutes to develop, and they're all taking minutes off each other. And we're playing a left back at left wing to then take minutes off those attackers that need that time to develop and get a run of games. Like the way that we're mismanaging players' minutes at this point in time is a madness. But the striking situation is a big concern. Look, for me, go and get Ivan Toney. Go and get Ivan Toney in January. Has to be done. Look, in fairness to Jackson, particularly yesterday, it doesn't help how he is so little help. Literally, the pressure is on him and Sterling to do something. Sterling's got the experience, Jackson doesn't. He needs help up there. Yes, he should have scored yesterday, but so many times he's looking isolated. We cannot keep continuing by playing 2 attackers on the pitch. 2 attackers. We're setting up with 5 defensive-minded players. A midfield of Enzo Caicedo and Gallagher, which doesn't carry a lot of goal threat. We're literally relying on Sterling and Jackson every game to try and do something. We've got players that are capable on the bench that can go and help these guys, and yet Pochettino is refusing to do it, refusing to use these guys from the off. How are these players going to get any better if they're not playing on a regular basis and getting regular minutes? But yeah, I want to say there's big problems, but there are concerns that could go on for the rest of the season. I'm not saying it's doom and gloom at Chelsea. Look, we've lost 1 game. It's not been a good start to the season. You look at the run of fixtures. What we need to finish in the Champions League place. You look at those first 5 fixtures and you think we should be having 12 points. At best, we're going to get 7. We have to beat Bournemouth away. Simple as that. We want to finish in the Champions League place. You've got to be winning these sort of games. You cannot afford to be dropping easy points at home against poor teams. You cannot do that. And I don't know how we're going to solve the issue of breaking down low block teams, particularly when we go 1-0 down. The home form's got to massively improve as well. The form at Stamford Bridge has been terrible for quite a while now. And yes, this team's an exciting side. Yes, there's great quality in it, but it's going to take time. But we need results. I don't care. The performances aren't the best. We have to get the results, and we have to get them quickly. But yeah, look, guys, those are just my thoughts. Goals are a big, big problem. I don't know where they're coming from. So what are we going to do between now and January? We have to find a way of making this work. We have to find a way of becoming more clinical. Let's see what we can do. Let's hope now this 2 weeks international break, it's time to refresh different surroundings, go off to the national teams, get some good work on the training pitch, recover those injured players. And then we have to hit the ground running after the international break. Bournemouth away, Villa home, Brighton in the League Cup. We've got Fulham. These are all games that we have to be winning. It's as simple as that. Otherwise, we're going to be in for a long, long season. And Champions League football could look like a distant memory for us unless we put our act together. And Pochettino's just got to react. He has to react. He's seen enough evidence now that this is not working. Let's switch it up. Let's play players in their actual position and let's see what happens. Simple as that for me. But yeah, there are some concerning signs, but I still have full faith in Poch. I have full faith in this project, but we've got to start changing a few things up and and trying to change the way that we play and working on the amount of chances we're creating, just working on playing more on the front foot. Stop showing teams so much respect that don't deserve that much respect. But yeah, guys, that's just my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below on what you think is going wrong for Chelsea so far this season. As always, guys, smash a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you again in another video soon. Up the Chelsea and peace out, people.